This is a 2-minute quiz on a supplements website. Stop guessing your way to good health. Complete it and you get 10% off. Looks simple. It's actually one of the smartest pieces of funnel design I've seen on a site of this size. And by the end, it ends with something that most quizzes never do, an offer of a phone call, and I'll explain in this video why that matters. The brand, as you can see, is BetterVits. As a disclaimer, I'm a regular customer. I've got some subscriptions with them and I rate them. But before we get to the quiz there, there's a smaller thing on their product page worth flagging quickly, because it actually sets up exactly why this quiz works so well. So let's start on the shop page. Okay, so on the shop page, under this product, the magnesium, which is there, it says supports muscle function and sleep quality. So it's outcome first language. Someone with sleep or recovery on their minds reads that and thinks, okay, that's me. Good. If you click through to the product page, it's gone and it leads with magnesium complex. So nothing about what the outcome is. And the visitor has to translate the ingredient back into the outcome that they were just thinking about. It's a small thing, but this is exactly the kind of gap that sometimes loses people. And it's why what they've built with the quiz is actually so clever, because the quiz doesn't have this problem at all. So let's go through the quiz now. So the first thing is the quiz never makes the visitor translate anything. You describe your problem in your own words, whether it be sleep, energy, recovery, whatever it is, and BetterVits does the matching for you. The ingredient name never has to be part of the conversation until they've decided this particular solution solves their problem. Now, if you look at the order of the steps underneath, so first of all, they get your name, email, and sex. That's the very first thing they ask, not at the end after you've answered everything, at the start. And that's deliberate, because the motivation is the highest right there. You've just been told to stop guessing, you've been offered 10% off, and you haven't had to yet think about anything personal. And that's the moment to actually capture the lead. Most quizzes ask for your email at the end, after all the fun bit, and lose a chunk of people right there, and this kind of flips that on its head. So along the bottom, you've got name, email, sex, and birthday. I've put some random things in there. And we're now on what you're looking to improve, your needs, basically. And then from there, it goes on to systems, medication, diet, allergies, and then arrange a call. So I've put some answers in already, so we can flip through, and you can always flip back if you need to. Nice thing up here as well is when you get onto the medication page, it just says, you're only 3 more questions away from your 10% off. So again, it's a little bit of a push to get yourself through there. But this progress indicator along the bottom, we've spoken about this in my other videos, the video about the 2008 3 website. It shows people exactly where they are, how many steps are remaining, and that reduces the anxiety of how long it's going to take. So it's the same principle, completely different industry, obviously, but 18 years apart. And again, the 10% off isn't just a nice bonus, it's doing some real work. It gives people a concrete reason to spend 2 more minutes on this before they've looked at a single product. And by the time someone's answered questions about their symptoms, the medication, their diet, they're generally invested in whatever recommendation comes next. And that's a completely different mindset to landing on a cold product page. And then we'll go on to the last stage, which is the call. We get there. There we go. So you're thinking about what's just happened by this point. So BetterVits now know this person's symptoms, their medication, their diet, their allergies, what they're trying to achieve. And if someone's situation is complex enough, they're a good fit for a high conversion, BetterVits can offer a call. And that call starts from a position of already understanding the person completely. So it's not a cold sales call. It's a conversation that starts at step 10 instead of step 1. And from a supplements brand, that's how you turn a quiz into a route to your highest value customers without it ever feeling like a hard sell. Also gives them a lot of information about the kind of visitor that is coming to their website as well. So what looks like a simple 2-minute quiz with a discount is actually doing several jobs at once. It solves the ingredient versus outcome problem that we saw on the product page, captures the lead at the moment of highest motivation, builds investment before the product recommendation even arrives, and quietly segments out the people worth a phone call, fully briefed before anyone picks up the phone, and gives the brand a lot of information about the visitor coming to their website. So if you sell anything where the right product depends on the person, health, beauty, nutrition, even a lot of B2B services, ask yourself, could a short quiz do what your homepage and product pages are currently trying to do? It might capture more leads, qualify them better, and give you the highest value prospects a reason to put their hand up, all before they've even looked at the price. And if you want to talk through whether something like this could work for your store, I'll put a link in the description. And if this was useful, do subscribe. There's more like this coming.